Promoting youth urban solutions for climate action. I wish to thank the conference, the Livable Cities Conference organizers for allowing me this opportunity to be part of this conference. And I hope my presentation would be interesting for all our audience in the conference. My presentation focuses on promoting urban solutions for climate action, and particularly focus on the youth initiatives. As we all know, urbanization had great contributions to humanity as cities continue to grow and expand and become centers for innovation. Industrial revolution in its first, second, third, fourth, and coming fifth generations, and more to come, are actually shaping and helping our cities to grow and to expand, to be more green, more efficient. And innovations in cities are endless. Smart city solutions and technological advancement has contributed to increase in quality of life standards, environmental conservation, better planned city networks, and neighborhoods and climate action. At the center of climate action, youth are agents of change. The past decades has seen a proliferation of climate and environmental related events and disasters that have an adverse effect on people and the planet. The increased intensity of these occurrences has been felt across all continents in one form or another. Today, the global population of young people aged 15 to 24 years stands at 1.2 billion and is expected to grow by 7% by 2030. This puts this population at the center of all efforts aimed at reducing the adverse impact of climate change. Since science predicts the same will be the generations that will face the peak of climate impacts, even with a successful temperature cap at 1.5 degree centigrade, this makes youth, particularly women and girls, one of the most significant non-state actors in the region in terms of numbers that will be affected. And it is important to prioritize their intrinsic abilities, creativities, skills, and talents to drive climate action while unlocking opportunities for them. In cities around the world, various youth groups, whether community advocates or students, are developing their own solutions and innovative projects that contribute to effective climate action. And advancing green solutions, technologies, and environment and energy-saving methods that reduce greenhouse gas emissions and help them enjoy their cities and urban settings the way they want. The Youth for Climate Action initiatives has been promoted by the author of this paper and his team in different capacities. My first capacity as resident coordinator of the United Nations in Kuwait, working with the United Nations country team, and on another level as director of the Urban Institute of the National Housing and Building Research Center of Egypt, which is the position that I'm currently occupying. The initiative promotes youth in climate action among university students and young activists in general. In this initiative, the youth were given the opportunity to participate in urban decision-making process and have their own innovative smart cities ideas heard, seen, and included in a structured manner. The aim was to empower, and the aim still to empower students and young activists to become innovation contributors in shaping their smart cities in different cities. And we are taking the examples from Kuwait and Cairo. The paper will shed the light on the experience of my organizations in convening youth for climate action labs, discussion platforms, and exhibitions in Kuwait and Cairo. The Youth for Climate Action, as you see, initiative has employed the urban labs approach in bringing different expertise from government, private sector, academia, UN, and expertise from government with youth innovators. The thematic dialogue were organized around key priority areas identified by youth groups, like renewable energies and technologies, sustainable supply chain and food system, healthy smart cities, together with organizations of networking exhibitions for youth entrepreneurs and innovators to connect with businesses and decision makers. Also in Cairo, we have looked at urban mobility as part of also and recycling and solid waste recycling solutions. And we gave opportunities to younger students, school students also, and university students to have a model UN and come out with a format of priority areas for government policy and decision makers to take forward to cope. In Cairo University, students were gathered to dialogue on four key climate areas: energy saving and renewables, recycling and waste reduction, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and greening. The university engineering students were given the opportunity to debate their design projects and shape their solutions and showcase effective innovation in the areas mentioned. The students have been given the opportunity to connect with businesses as well and incubators in an exhibition held in the National Housing and Building Research Center and present their projects and discuss it with key policymakers and peers. In Kuwait, we have worked with a number of partners, a number of initiatives and embassies to actually to create a momentum and to create an initiative of mobilizing all stakeholders and interested parties to support and like-minded people to work for climate action. And it was an important opportunity to have an initiative that relates to student champions in climate action and named the Young Ambassadors. We started this with the Embassy of the United States in Kuwait, and it followed several cycles of that with the with the embassies of Canada and embassies of the United Kingdom, working with us on this great initiative. And we tried as much as possible to take the innovations that youth brings, whether it is projects that is in the concept stage or it is actually a functioning entrepreneurial initiatives that they are doing, like in agro businesses, industries, like renewables, working on renewables, like food recycling, and many other initiatives of young people in Kuwait. We tried to promote and connect it with the different policy makers that are responsible for this work. The Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research has developed the renewable energy technology in Kuwait program to identify renewable energy options. And we brought the institute together with the younger generations to have a debate and discussions and dialogue on issues of renewable energy. And pilot projects in Kuwait was actually promoted to focus on wind energy, solar photovoltaic and solar thermal and biomass, and its importance for sustainable development. And the issues and the priorities that was highlighted during the debates and discussions that we provided a platform for in the UN at that time, and also with the University of Kuwait and others, has resulted into actually priorities for reduction of pollutant emissions and actually energy security and energy diversification as priority, and new businesses and investment opportunities were forged, and introducing new type of jobs and skill sets to the job market. And within the Healthy Cities initiative that we have actually prepared as well, we tried as much as possible to actually to try to engage different parties from different organizations into this process of making cities more healthy. And what we have tried actually in this perspective is to work with the different dialogue participants in the platform and the Urban Lab prior to the major conference on finding key priorities. And what they have actually discussed, the young the young professionals and activists through the healthy cities, bringing different models and programs of healthy cities initiatives by the UN, like Adilea and others in Kuwait. We found that there is a need for promoted increased awareness regarding climate change and its effect, with a focus on youth and increase of community knowledge on sustainable practices and focus on community accountability as well. Uh, and understanding that all sectors and the ecosystems are interlinked, and the negative impact in one will affect all others and vice versa. While in also, it was important also that we have worked together on different issues. While in Cairo, the students have provided their innovative projects from different areas. It's very important to highlight here that the students from Kuwait English School has worked and debated in a model United Nations sessions, where we see in this slide at the United Nations, to provide their own recommendations and suggestions for issues that are of priority for youth of Kuwait, to be presented in a policy forum and to be debated and discussed with representatives of the three presidencies of the COP26 UK, COP27 Egypt, and COP28 UAE. And we see here in the slide the current ambassador of the United Kingdom in Kuwait, with the focal point for risk reduction and climate action, who is actually the head of the Kuwait Civil Defense. And the dialogue was organized with Kuwait Environment Protection Society and also the different embassies. And we reached a good result from the young innovators from the Kuwait English School, by which they have provided their recommendations for the COP27. And what was very important in that is that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have taken some of these recommendations forward with them into COP, and they have actually invited some of the key exhibitors of the young initiatives that were present in the forum that we have organized in Kuwait, with them into COP to present their initiatives there. And I believe that more initiatives has been done over the period, trying to bring and focus with and bringing and networking and connecting businesses in Kuwait with the different youth ideas and creating awareness around that. What was very important is actually to create awareness through the social media, through Instagram, through the normal media, and creating a momentum to put climate action at the forefront of the priorities among youth and among communities in Kuwait. And the Young Ambassadors Initiative that was promoted has taken good success, and it is still in its more and third and fourth cycles there. And the Smart Cities Youth Initiative, organized by the National Housing and Building Research Center in Egypt, has focused into bringing the expertise and the knowledge and actually innovative projects of design from the students of engineering schools from different universities in Egypt to discuss and prioritize key issues of the challenges for the city of Cairo. And they were provided the platform by the National Housing and Building Research Center, the Urban Institute, and the team there to discuss and dialogue and debate and prioritize. And from that, actually, we had very interesting projects, and one which relates and focused on urban mobility and Safe Cruise mobile application, through Safe Cruise mobile application that links different modes of transport and connections and stations together in an application. And what was interesting, actually, by bringing this the initiative and supporting the innovation of the young students there, by connecting them with NETRA, which is the organization responsible for telecommunication and authority in Egypt, by which they have actually supported them and started connecting with them and supporting them to promote and to develop their ideas into real-time application. And on other hand, also it helped to create and raise awareness about the different solutions that can help actually the environment through different forms and technology in urban mobility. Another form is actually part of the different solutions is retrofitting some of the existing buildings to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, to improve air quality in the buildings, to enhance actually the energy performance of these buildings. And these are models presented by different university graduates and university students from the Cairo University, from the Future University, and from Nile University, by which they actually focused on different forms of reduction, lowering the water consumption, artificial lighting, HVAC load reduction, renewable energy percentage reduction, and reduction in total energy. Actually, our Youth for Climate Action initiatives tend to actually to promote and started with promoting and worked and continue working with promoting different new ideas on smart communities, greening and renewables, healthy youth in healthy cities, youth competitions to promote this innovation through competition and community climate ambassadors, cooperatives, recycling advocacy, rooftop greening campaign and renewables, school climate labs, and climate entrepreneurs network that we started to form among youth and like-minded who wanted to work and promote climate action. And strategizing success and impact for youth climate action required from us to bring the youth innovation into our youth urban solutions lab and working together to cooking sellable concepts, sellable to the community, sellable to the businesses, sellable to the governments, and choosing right influencers from the government, from the businesses to promote, and from the media to promote the ideas and campaigning and advocating for that. And this actually, when campaigning and working to work on bringing blended finance, and this is a challenge that we are working on, particularly in Cairo, to start promoting and bringing ideas into more reality. The Urban Solution Lab is actually about partnering for innovation in cities and communities for people. And this is a part of the video from uh, uh, the day where we had actually the MUN model MUN during the celebration of the International Disaster Risk Reduction Day. The copyright for this is for the United Nations on this in the state of Kuwait, and it can be seen on the United Nations website, kuwait.un.org. And thank you for listening and for your understanding.